Welcome in to three to
Hardaway.
aka the three-man Jalen Weed, aka the best big three since LeBron, D Wade, and Bosh, live on YouTube. And we're also on any platform for a podcast: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, anybody podcast. We got a couple of likes in the stream right now. I got 6 likes already, so shout out to y'all for doing that. So be sure to give us a like. Leave us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and we would greatly appreciate it. If you don't know who I am the walking bucket providing instant offense. It's your boy Savage. Up here, we got the coach on the sidelines, taking them to school on and off the court. And when I say it's really shitty, it's really shitty. Shitty, what up?
Hey, man. I told the masses during our pep rally on Friday that my JV is the best in the district. My JV backed me up on Friday. Suffocate, eat, repeat. Carry on.
40 minutes of hell right there. 40 minutes of hell. Up here, we got your favorite DJ, the sample man himself, Mr. Ted Shakir. Tuke, what up?
What's up, gentlemen? What's going on? Hey, real quick, Savage, I gotta ask you, bro.
Go ahead.
What I gotta do to hop on the Aces bandwagon?
Hey, I got room, dog. I'm telling y'all, I got room. Until we get a team in Memphis, I'm cool with any and everybody, man. As long as we get some eyes on the women's game, I'm cool with it.
Y'all the new team. You've been on the Aces, like damn near as soon as they ever started, you've been the Aces.
Yeah. It's been about, I want to say 4 years. It was 2019 when I hopped on.
What I gotta do, man? I just had to ask.
So if y'all don't know, Candace Parker signed with the Las Vegas Aces, which means we got Kelsey Plum, which means we got Jackie Young, which means we got, of course, Asia Wilson, which means, of course, we got the MVP Chelsea Gray on top of Candace. So it's like it's a super team, but we waiting on one more shooter drop for the New York Liberty. If they get Breonna Stewart, if they get Vandersloot, along with Sabrina and John Quayle Jones. So we might have a collision course in the WNBA final. So we might hop into that through the Hardaway over the summer.
Yeah. I think I would love to see Brown go to New York. I think just to kind of even it out, so to speak. But yeah, Jesus Christ, the Aces have way.
Trevor, yep, I was on Trevor. Yep, y'all two definitely been on before everybody. That's why I'm asking y'all. Like, what? Just let me know. Even if I got to drive to Vegas, and beat y'all later, I'm down.
You down the street from Vegas? You can drive up.
Exactly. That's all. Just let me know the game, and I'm ready, bro. I'm ready. Yeah.
Yes, sir. But before we get into our NBA spiel, we've been gone for 2 weeks. Of course, a lot has happened in the NBA, but of course, I want to give my respect to Tyree Nichols, man that was killed in police brutality here in the city of Memphis. Just want to give my condolences to him and his family. The city of Memphis stands with him. Of course, we're still going to always push for some police reform in the city. We definitely need it, not even just in our city, but across the entire country. So I just want to give my condolences to the family for sure. Let's hop right into it, man. So like I said, we've been gone for 2 weeks. We got a lot of news to get into that's happened. We got Shannon Sharp fighting Tevin's boy Dylan Brooks.
Good and God doggone well.
That's his best friend, ain't it?
It's opposite day. Today's opposite day. Y'all look great on this podcast.
I'll say this. Thankfully, we didn't have a podcast that Sunday because Tevin probably would have went crazy.
Yes.
I probably let you have the mic and let you cook.
Look, on Starfire, make sure y'all listen to Starfire tomorrow.
Yes. Oh,
tomorrow. I said that the Grizz was going to come back 500 in the West. Our record in the West is 500 ball. That ain't no damn fine to me. Nope.
Hey. He been calling it for the past year. So.
I'm sick of it.
But yeah, aside from Shannon Sharp, we ain't gonna get too deep into that. The Lakers did make a trade for Rui Hachimura with the Washington Wizards, as we call them on this podcast. They traded Kendrick Nunn, Sheedy's former guy, and a couple of second-round picks for Rui Hachimura. Real quick thoughts on that trade.
Let's be real. We actually talked about it briefly when we were talking about our contenders. And I said let's wait for the Lakers. You know what I'm saying? Let's wait until they get a couple more scores and see. And something gonna happen. I've seen it all the time especially when Pau Gasol went to Memphis. We didn't know Marc Gasol was gonna be Marc Gasol, but essentially we gave Pau Gasol away to help the Lakers win. Somebody's gonna help the Lakers at least get to the playoffs and help contend. Even though I'm not saying it's Roy, I said that just add a 12 point, 15 points a game person, you'll be looking good.
He can do that.
And literally the next game, y'all going head up against the Celtics, and also bogus call. I know we finna talk about.
Yes,
so that's what I'm saying, like it works, and y'all not done. That's my point. Y'all not done.
Yeah. To echo your point, Tuke, I don't believe the Lakers are done either. First of all, Kendrick Nunn is infamously notorious for giving you one good game after a trade. And Wizards, you'll see what you got after that. He did it for the Lakers. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, Kendrick Nunn can shoot the three." Ain't seen him
play one game.
Ain't seen him since.
Ain't seen him leave the bench since, right? But either way, congratulations, Kendrick Nunn, and whatever y'all doing with the Wizards, who also somehow, some way believe in their big three, so to speak. And I digress there because that means they're not trying to get rid of Kuzma, but they lying. But to me, I think having the trade for the Lakers is very helpful. You need someone that I think he understands basketball. His basketball IQ is where it needs to be now. Learning how to play with LeBron, AD knows different personalities there. I think that will be soon to come. But I feel like he's going to resign with them. And he stayed there for a while. So I think it was a great pickup because, I mean, Jesus Christ, the Lakers had every position at point guard reserved. I mean, they had like 5 point guards. Kendrick Nunn.
Somebody called it Darwin and the Chipmunks.
Jesus Christ. Like, and they all the same height or shorter, like Russell Westbrook, Patrick Beverly, who got up the other day.
Ooh, yeah.
Kendrick Nunn, Lonnie Walker the fourth. I mean, that's all point guards. Like, one of y'all, 2 of y'all got to go. Because we need something more. But kudos to the Lakers, and of course we'll get into the rest of that later. But I think it was a good move. And again, to Tuke's point, I don't think they're done.
Yeah, I'm cool with Hachimura. I think he's a nice young player. He was in a log jam with Washington, who got Kuzma, KP, and other players there, Bill. And being in LA, I mean, strangely enough, there's more pressure, but there's less pressure on him, if that makes sense. So he's not charged to give him, you don't have to get 15, 16, 17 points, but he can do it. He's going to have open shots with LeBron cutting to the goal, AD down there in the post, and Westbrook. Speaking of Westbrook, I still don't believe in the Lakers. This is a nice trade for them, of course, but I mean, Russell Westbrook is still on this team, y'all. They ain't going nowhere. They're not going anywhere until they trade Westbrook. His trade value, I guess, increased marginally with him playing better off the bench, but the Lakers are still in 11th, 12th place. Nah.
Maybe 13th, right?
Maybe 13th now. They lost last night, to Boston and the referees. So yeah, I mean, it's a nice move, but more needs to come from this move, which is what we stated previously. Speaking of the refs, well, real quick, Miles Turner re-signed with the Pacers. Thoughts on that? 2 years, $60 million.
It's just the fact that the Pacers believe in him. He was in a lot of trade talks, specifically going to the Lakers with Buddy Hield a lot over the summer. He's been in a lot of trade talks over the years. So it's like, I think the Pacers are going to stand down, which they should, because they got a much better roster than what people give them credit for. I watched the Pacers a couple times this season. They got some young ballers. 2-3 years down the line, you talking about the Magic Savage.
Yeah.
Pacers right now. You know what I'm saying? So I think they believe in him. Miles Turner is a pretty good player, and I'm happy he got his bag up.
Yeah, and just to take a half step back about the Lakers need to make one more trade as well to get a ref on their team. And I digress from there. Back to the Pacers. Amazing what good coaching can do as well. Because to y'all's point, Miles Turner has been on the trading block since, I feel like, ages. And Rick Carlisle, his system, what he believes in, has brought the worth of Miles Turner back to where it needed to be. He's going to protect the paint. He's going to roll to the rim and get what he needs to get as well. So kudos to him for getting his money. I know it's only 2 year, I think a 2 year extension. But regardless of the fact, that 2 years, $60 million is much more than somebody in Phoenix.
Don't get me started.
I'll leave that where it's at.
He can definitely hit the 3 too, and I think that's what a lot of teams are looking for as well. But you talked about a team needing a ref. Eric Lewis, I saw a stat, and Snoop Dogg just Instagram it. The Celtics are 36-2 refs.
As he's a ref.
With him?
Yes.
He's been a referee.
First
Yes.
of all, hold on real quick. Yesterday, for those who don't know, there was a conspiracy theory about Jaren Jackson Jr. and blocks. I ignored that shit. I was like, man, I ain't studying this shit. I'm not responding to this, man. But 36-2 with a ref, come on. Hey, man, that's some Tim Donaghy shit right there.
It was a black ref that Patrick Bev showed the camera to.
The camera to.
That's that. He on the census right or something. He getting paid. The goddamn leprechaun did it again. Like, come on, man.
Oh yeah, he got to be taking something off the top. Wow.
Real quick on Miles Turner before we get into the Lakers, the referees, I should say. Miles Turner is like the Tyus Jones for the Pacers. They want to keep him, but they also want to trade him at some point, knowing what they want to focus on with their team. So the 2-year deal makes sense to have him for next year and the year after that. But I think they're gonna want to trade him in that second year, like as an expiring contract, to get more pieces with that young team. So that makes the most sense to me. And I think the Grizzlies want to do the same thing with Tyus Jones. It's like at some point, Kenny Chandler moves up, trade Tyus Jones for picks, players, whatever they're going to do, and then move forward with that. So let's get into it.
I heard Tuke's heart right there when you said that. I could tell.
Hey, look, I'm thinking like climbing, man. I'm thinking like thinking Carlisle. This is the nature of the game. Mm-hmm. But let's get into the refs, man. Let's get into it. The Zebras. Let's get into it, man. So yesterday, Lakers had a game. It's rivalry week in the NBA. So, of course, you have a lot of good matchups with teams who have a history of just going at it. And, I mean, there is no bigger rivalry than Lakers and Boston. And, I mean, the game itself lived up to the hype until the very last moments of the fourth quarter where things got kind of out of hand. And I got the clip right now that I'm going to show. Got LeBron driving to the basket, and LeBron is beside himself. Like, he is pissed. Look at this man. I don't think I've ever seen LeBron this animated, even with J.R. Smith. When J.R. Smith was forgetting how much time's on the clock and that they actually needed to score. LeBron at the altar right now praying like, Lord, please let this referee make it out alive, because but you see it right here. Here's his slap right here. Bap! Got slapped on the arm. No call from the referee. Again, the guy's 36-2 in favor of the Boston Celtics. So I'm gonna let Tuke start first, man. What's just you do you. You do you.
I just had to roll up to hit a couple of that Brown Packer, man. That was but what is it's embarrassing at this point for basketball to be what it is. First of all, of course, we want to see more offense, you know what I'm saying? So the defense is kind of slacked off anyway. But the fact that a referee is literally right there. He's right there and just made a no call. Like, you had to, like, at this point, people are saying sports are rigged, whatever. Shit like that is making their case. You know what I'm saying? You're literally deciding the outcome of a game, and then at the end of the game, 7 hours later, whatever, you saying, oh, the NBA saying, oh, my bad, we missed.
It said immediately after the game.
Oh, they said immediately after the game. This time, finally, but there's nothing you can do. It's not like the Lakers and Celtics that go back. I mean, they win in overtime for sure, but it's nothing that they can do. And the Lakers have lost 3, 4, 5 games exactly like that. Mm-hmm. I know as Grizz fans that we went through the same shit last week or a couple weeks, whatever, when we went against the Lakers. Cool, but let's just talk about what we're seeing now, and it's embarrassing. And the fact that, like I said, is literally deciding outcomes of games, and then the NBA is coming back and saying, our bad. We need referee. We need to start
accountability, man.
Accountability, keyword. We need to start holding referees accountable somehow, some way. In my opinion, the referees that we got are too traditional anyway. I need to look up, and I should have looked it up, who's the youngest referee in the NBA right now. Mm-hmm. And I probably will when Rashidi started. But we need younger refs, because what we are seeing now is pathetic. These old refs are too sensitive, and they decide the games, and it's pitiful at this point. I'm good on the lack of defense. I'm good on that. But when it's crucial calls like this, and you got a replay system, and you didn't use it. What the hell we doing?
Look, Pat Bev, no, he brought the camera to him.
He brought the camera to him. And that's one of the best texts I've ever seen in my life. Shout out to Pat Bev. You need a player like Pat Bev on the team. He literally showed him, got to say whatever, but it's there, man. And you're literally deciding the outcome of the game. It's pathetic, man. But I don't know what else we can do at this point, y'all.
So see, you a coach, man. How you feel?
Yeah. So that's why let me go ahead to my coaching aspect. I see this at least twice a week, Tuesdays and Fridays, multiple times. It's so officiating is so bad And the lack of officials is so bad that we as a district, our athletic directors met and said, hey, you know what? We can only offer 2 refs per game for varsity sports. For anyone that's ever played varsity sports for basketball, you have to have 3 refs. It's official, okay, with 3. 2 is like JV-ish and below, and it's sad. Matter of fact, I had a guy, one of my guys sitting in the chair like he was supposed to be on defense, and a guy literally on the other team used his forearm, shoved him, right? And so the ref that was closest to the call blew his whistle. The ref on the opposite side blew his whistle. The ref on the opposite side said, oh, that's a block. But the ref that was right there swallowed his whistle, knowing it was a charge. Or I blew a gasket. Okay. But it's not about me. It's about officiating. First of all, AD got fouled as well on the offensive rebound. Mm-hmm. That was prior to LeBron getting fouled. Along with that, LA, and this goes to the replay system that you're talking about, LA had to reverse the 4th foul on Anthony Davis on his, I think it was like a block towards Jason Tatum, or just, going straight up, verticality. They had to use that review to make sure Anthony Davis doesn't get his 4th foul, and thus they're not able to even go back and get another replay. I think that is completely unfair. You either give them another opportunity like the NFL does. Yep. If you get the calls right, you should be able to keep your challenge. And or in the last 2 minutes, whether I use the challenge or not, let's stop and get this correct. Mm-hmm. And it's on both sides. Whether you're a Lakers fan, Grizzlies fan, Heat fan, don't matter who are a fan of, they need to get the calls correct. Don't send me an email after the game, after the 0-0-0, and tell me, oh, you know what? We fucked up. Well, guess what? Are you going to make that up in the standings? Are you going to say, okay, now it's a win for you all and a loss for the other team? You're not. And so there has to be accountability on the side of the refs. And I believe if the refs are fined, not to the extent of what the NBA players are making, I get that part, but if the refs are getting fined for making these terrible calls, if the NBA is saying, hey, yeah, we messed up, I think we'll see better from them. In regards to that actual play, not only did that man get fouled by Jason Tatum, he got fouled before he even got there. Mm-hmm. How do you swallow your whistle seeing that man going against a triple team, dang near 4 people, knowing somewhere if it's a swipe down, it's like an automatic blow, and we're not calling it. But then, and I'll let Tuke go after this. But then we get mad about players showing emotions.
Exactly.
And because you, as a referee, because you have a striped shirt on, your emotions count more than that player's emotions. So because you upset because you knew you blew the call, and the other player's showing you, hey, listen, you messed up. That's a tech. And now we're starting off with the Celtics down there having the ball pretty much and having an advantage to start the game. There needs to be emotional consistency with everyone. And the only way to get that is to have more players step up and become referees. Smush Parker, we need you immediately. Okay. And there's other guys as well. I'm pretty confident whoever this ref is, he may have played basketball back in the 40s. I don't even care. But the game has changed. And 3 games, I believe, within this past month have been not should say retracted, but the NBA has went back and said, hey, we messed up to the Lakers. 3 games. So let's say those 3 losses now turn into 3 dubs. You're not talking about a team that's outside the playing scenario. You're talking about a team that's in the playoffs, not even in the playing scenario at all in the West. But we don't hold the feet of the fire to the feet of the refs. We hold it to the players, and it cannot be that way. It needs to go both ways. And I guarantee you'll see some drastic changes when we start hitting those pocketbooks. I'm old school, but them wallets for them refs.
Pocketbooks.
I had to start saying pocketbooks, right?
But you hit it right on the head. And I think the NBA is gonna do something about it. Even when the dress code situation became a thing, they was like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Even a few years ago, when they tried to tell the players, hey, don't leave the benches. You know what I'm saying? Just don't try to celebrate. They was like, okay, y'all can celebrate. So I think now, with exactly what you just said, they're gonna do it. But I do have And Smush Parker, we do need more player coaches too, and I think that's going to be the big change that'll help us move forward. 26-year-old JB DeRosa.
26.
26.
When did he start refereeing? Because you got to work your way up.
So he did apparently started reffing at the age of 17.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just little league games. And while actually, fun story, he was actually at a G League game, and they call him up during the game to go. Nice. So that's pretty. But 26.
What's his name again?
JB DeRosa.
JB DeRosa. Okay.
JB DeRosa, youngest ref in the NBA. So anybody listening, let's go get your reps in and help the NBA. Help us out because we need it.
He looked 30. But yeah, man. I mean, all of what y'all said is literally right on the money, man. Here's Trevor. Trevor said today start calling moving screens on Draymond. Man, Draymond. Well, okay, speaking of Draymond,
no, they good. They good. They ain't gotta call it. They good.
Draymond is the king of moving screens and then yelling at the ref and then getting no calls. But he still somehow is. I think he's like 13 techs on the season, so he's close to that first suspension. We keep messing around with it. But yeah, man. All of what y'all said hit the nail on the head. My thing is, I know for a fact, I played basketball. Like I know for a fact the referee that was on the baseline was looking dead at the play. And on top of that, I know y'all can hear, I know you can hear that. I know you heard the smack on the wrist. So I'm like, what is this man looking at? What is this man looking at? The same thing happened in the NFL where the referee was just standing there and Dallas Goedert got yanked down by his face mask, slammed him to the turf, broke his, separated his shoulder, and was out for like 4 weeks. Like Tuke said, these old refs, I don't know if y'all need LASIK or rec specs or whatever it is, but how do you not see the play? Like, I've been getting on the Lakers all season just for being trash. They still trash to me, but that's a trash no call. That's a trash no call from the referee. To like, imagine this happening in the NBA Finals in Game 7, and then you lose in Game 7. The credibility of the NBA will go all the way out the window. I think what the NBA has to do, at least in the last 2 minutes, because that's so crucial, especially in a close game, you have to be able to view plays like that, especially when it's so blatant and so flagrant. Like, bro, how do you not hear that? How do you not see that? Because all it takes is one referee in the NBA Finals. I don't know if people have seen the documentary with Tim Donaghy, how he literally was rigging the games. The Lakers, I think it was Lakers and Kings games.
Kings, yep, Lakers and Kings.
He literally was rigging games to where Kobe and them was getting free throws. Young me was like, oh man, we getting free throws. Old me like, hey man, look, you making it very obvious. And on top of that, Boston ended up winning the game. So they have a reason to be upset with that. Go ahead, Tuke.
Yeah, I got one more question, just for y'all basketball minds. So let's say just the entire play from last night happened, and I'm not, as a referee, the referee's not sure what happened. Would we, as basketball heads, fans, people in the audience, would we have rather the referee stop the game, you know what I'm saying, and go to the replay, or let the Celtics play out their possession because they didn't call it, so it's a fast break opportunity for the Celtics?
Well, the game ended because it was like
okay.
What? It was like 1 second left. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying, like, okay, let's say for a different instance, it's 5 seconds left, whatever. You still got time on the clock. Do you stop? Like, what would we prefer? You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking just a basketball joke.
The problem is the rule for the replay or for the challenge is that there was a no call. So unless it was called, then they can challenge it. But because it was a no call, they can't challenge it. Here's Fat Boy Fadeaway. My fear is these beyond text. It's beyond soft text and the crucial. Yeah, like it's like at some point you can't not call that in Game 7 of the NBA Finals or really any series. You can't do it.
Expect Draymond to be suspended at some time in the playoffs, maybe twice. I'm saying, I'm calling it as I said, bro. This is terrible, man. It's terrible.
And if I could add on to the question being asked, the NFL has worked for years, I would say, to get their system kind of better and correct. And I feel like, in the playoffs, it's like they immediately go to it off the field. Hey, let's get this call right, because they only have 60 minutes and that's it. And I believe the NBA needs to start adapting a system that is very similar to that, because they're all missed calls. To your point, Savage, they're not going to review that call because there was no call made. However, if there were, to Tuke's point, if we just stop and we're like, oh, wait, if Ron does that same exercise, got 3 seconds left, you pause the ball, right? And you go and look at it and say, hey, you know what? Damn, we we missed that one. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We need 2 free throws for LeBron, and that's the end of it. And eventually things will catch up to where they need to be, but you have to start somewhere. And I don't know if it needs to be like in the NBA playoffs this season or what have you.
Got to.
But you got to start. Yes, I actually believe so. Because you can't load this whole season. Now, the regular season, there's not more we're going to be able to change because everything is set in stone. But they always make those, to your point, Savage, a way to make, things happen in the playoffs a little bit better. I would love to see that happen immediately. I don't care if it's game 7 games. I don't care what game it is. If it's the last 2 minutes of a quarter, everything should be reviewable.
Yep. If anything, I don't know if the NBA has it, but I know they said they got 3 refs on the court. You need one like in the booth somewhere that's like can see that stuff, especially in the last 2 minutes where it's like, okay, it's like if it's a close game, like one possession or it's a tie game, that should be grounds for reviewing almost every play because, like we said before, one win can literally change the whole landscape of the standing, especially with the play-in, where teams are trying to win and not tank. That can change the whole landscape. Of
2 possessions is 4 points. I like that, Savage. 4 points. If it's within 4 points, the 2 minutes they need to be reviewed.
Yep, got to be because it can change it. It literally, we've seen Reggie Miller come back, T Mac, like we've seen these things happen. So literally, one no call can ruin an entire game. Literally. So, all right. Anything? Any other comments about the refs? Before we move on. We good.
Leave on them.
Not about the refs. Just a quick something. A memo came across my desk really quickly.
Right.
The Charlotte Hornets, ladies and gentlemen, are saying that Mason Plumlee is available for a 1st round pick.
Hey, look.
Next, he's not worth. No, we not. No. He is available for a 3rd round pick, and ladies and gentlemen, there is no 3rd round in the NBA.
Hey, hold on real quick. Well, Plumlee get them rebounds, man. Hold on. Let me see what makes a Plumlee
for the Hornets.
Yeah, 8 on right now.
The Hornets. Who else wants to get a rebound? The Hornets.
You for reference, he out rebounds.
Bam. Hey, hold on. 12 points a game, 10 rebounds. Hey, man. Hey.
A 1st round pick.
Hey, Bam Adebayo got 2 rebounds in the 3rd quarter against him. Come on now.
A 1st round pick for Mason Plumlee.
Not
both the Plumlees. Yes, and look, and did you see that he's flying up the rookie ladder? I believe. One of the draft picks for Rudy Gobert is now
Kessler. Walker Kessler. Hey, hooping.
Walker Kessler is hooping. Meanwhile, Rudy Gobert, is he even on the All-Star ballot?
Not at all.
I rest my case.
Darren said getting those good legal screens to
Plumlee.
2 first for Alex Caruso.
I mean, we're gonna get white people anything at this point.
Oh boy. All right, man. Let's get into the NBA All-Star 2023. Of course, it is in Salt Lake City. Surprisingly, I want to reiterate, I want an All-Star game in the city of Memphis if Salt Lake City is getting any All-Star credibility. But the All-Star starters were announced. Of course, Tevin is happy to know that Mr. Kevin Durant is an All-Star starter. Somehow Joel Embiid is not a starter after giving Joker that work. Because he gave Joker,
47 and 18.
Ooh. Disgusting. Hey, look. So I mean, right now I gotta look at it like, hey, Joker, he mano y mano. He just gave you that work with Philly. Again, we're not talking about Philly in the playoffs. Talking about Philly in the regular season. Joel Embiid. I mean, I think he snatched the MVP in that game. I would say that. Okay. I would say that right now.
Remember the debate we had over the summer about who's the better center? I just wanted to remind us. And who was the one that said Joel Embiid? Even though I just trolled him. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, look. Both
motivation is what it was.
Both are incredible big men. And of course, he gave Joker his kudos in the post game. He's like, nah, we ain't rivals. We both just, are great players. But nonetheless, the starters out west are Wardell, Stephen Curry, who is coming back with the Warriors, who are now 7th, I think, in the standings. Luka, of course. I mean, one of the best players in the game. LeBron, Zion, and Joker. Zion, how many games has he played this year? I thought he played like
maybe 12, maybe 25. I don't know. He don't deserve it. I'm sorry. I'm not trolling. I'm just saying there's some other players, Sabonis, Lori from marketing,
Lord from marketing, yeah,
that have been there. But I'm sorry,
29.
Yeah, I feel like the Kings
29.
had sustained success longer this season. I know Zion been hurt, but we talk about availability on Let's Be Real podcast. Marketing been available all season, or Sabonis been available all season. I would like to have seen them get somebody else as a starter with Zion having another injury. But hey, I mean, we want to see Zion in the All-Star game, of course. But I mean, who's deserving of that starter spot? I think it's one of those guys. The Eastern starters, Tuke's boy Kevin Durant, Tuke's other boy Kyrie Irving.
Come on now.
Which again, with Kyrie Irving, everybody was hating on Kyrie Irving, and he been giving everybody that work this season. Where
heard in the last 6 games.
It's been real quiet.
Nobody said nothing, bro. Nobody said a goddamn word.
It's been real quiet, you know, but whatever. Giannis, of course, is the captain. Spider Mitchell, who's had an incredible year for the Cavaliers, and then Tatum, who's also had an incredible year for the Boston Celtics. So
foul.
So those are the starters. I mean, I don't know if you have some comments about Kevin Durant, but we can get right into our draft unless you got something to say.
I ain't got nothing to say, man. The people know what's up, man. The people, shout out to the people. They got Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving right. I ain't got nothing to say. It's on y'all at this point for doubting the best player in basketball, but that's just mine.
Whoa, best player in basketball. Whoa.
I've been saying that, and until he retire or start averaging 20 points a game, I'm not gonna say nothing disrespectful to the King, to King Durant. Y'all know what Katie mean, King Durant. Stop playing with him. Shout out to Kyrie Irving. He's literally had 30 points in the last 6 games, bro. Come on.
What? Now, hold on now. Nah, I'm all for Kyrie Irving talk because I have something to say for Kyrie Irving. But they 4-6 in their last 10. Now,
without the best player in basketball,
what they got to. And when Ja Morant was hurt, whoa. And when Ja Morant was hurt, what were we saying?
Don't be one of them.
What am I being?
Don't be one of them.
I told you cannot make it. I said that we cannot make excuses for other players because we don't make those excuses for the Grizzlies. So we're not going to make those excuses for.
I ain't made not one excuse.
You just said it. What you mean?
Ain't
no Kevin Durant, ain't no King Durant.
Not for the Grizzlies though. He ain't saying for the Grizzlies.
Oh, so it's different with different teams. I see where you at.
Different teams play different ways.
I think what Tuke is saying is that Kevin Durant's his impact greatly impacts the Nets more than in this case Ja Morant and other players who have missed time for the Grizzlies. The team around the Grizzlies is probably a better team than the Brooklyn Nets because again, I said on Twitter I'm on a hiatus with Ben Simmons right now because Ben Simmons refused to shoot the ball against the Sixers. I'm mad. I'm like, dude, this is the former team. Why are you not shooting the damn ball? So I'm taking a step back. I'm not submitting my stock. I'm not selling it just yet, but I'm just taking a step back to breathe and protect my mental health, if that makes sense. So yes, I agree with you.
That's fine.
Thank you, Savage.
So Sheeta, I will let you take it away from here.
Thank you. I still feel the same way about what I just said. But again, this is our time to go ahead and draft not only our starters, right? And we'll get that graphic back up from Savage, but also who do we think deserves to be a team? So our captains today are Prince, Tevin, if you would, and Savage will be our captains for today. And they will be choosing their starting 5 and then players that will come off the bench. So we'll make a 12-man roster. I'll keep track. You guys can keep track as well.
Oh, real quick. They're actually going to pick the teams before the game, like literally before the game. So it's like pick up basketball. So it's got to be embarrassing to be the last guy selected in what is essentially a pickup all-star game. So yeah, they're going to do what we doing just on the court, literally.
Dang, wasn't James Harden the last pick one time?
Yep. Kevin Durant had the one before then, and he was like, I think he picked Rudy Gobert.
Yep. That's what it was. Gobert over James Harden. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, wow.
In an all-star game now.
Yeah.
Not a real game. All-star game. Okay.
And James Harden's been playing good basketball, by the way, too. To mention. But anyways, I got a coin flip right here. Tuke, you can call it in the air. Heads or tails. Let me know when you're ready.
Tails.
It doesn't matter what you call, sir. Savage, you are the first pick.
He get back at me because I played the Macarena. That's what that is.
Hey, y'all tune into Let's Be Real.
It was because the Royal Rumble just happened.
That too. But yeah. All right. First pick. Man, give me LeBron, man. I'll take LeBron in the All-Star game. I will not disrespect one of the greatest players in the game. Arguably top 2. So give me LeBron my first pick.
Oh, y'all know goddamn well I'm picking the king.
LeBron was already been taken.
Jerry Lawler.
No. Shout out to Jerry Lawler, but no. You know I'm rolling with KD first pick.
Durantula.
Come on now, Durantula. Come on.
Okay.
Slim Reaper. 2-way 3-level score. Come on, man.
Looking ass. Okay. Give me Wardell. I'm gonna take Wardell with LeBron because they want to play together. So I'm gonna get Steph Curry.
Okay.
Give me Jokic.
Joker. Okay.
Right. Goes against what he just said.
I got a strategy. You know me. I'm GM Tevin Durant.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay. Let me get Giannis.
Good pick.
Got you.
Give me Luka.
Ooh, he gonna be on defense, struggling, my boy.
Ain't nobody playing.
Hey, touche. Okay.
You want me to say where we're at right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide.
As you're deciding, right? Savage, you have LeBron, Steph Curry, and the Greek Freak himself. Prince, you have Durant, Joker, and Luka.
Man, stop disrespecting Prince like that.
You look like him though.
What?
Hey, we really should have went steak style too, man. That's messed up.
Oh, we didn't go snake style. That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, it don't matter. It don't matter.
We can do it for after.
For the after, yeah. It don't matter at this point. I mean, these are all good players. Sure. Let me see. I guess Steph, LeBron, Giannis. Give me Zion. I'll take Zion.
Cool. Give me who I'm saying, and I said a couple weeks ago would be the MVP of the All-Star game, Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie, okay. And I'll take Tatum. I need one more light-skinned guy on my team.
I mean, at least yours.
All right, I got Donovan Mitchell. I take Mitchell. Y'all know I love me some Donovan Mitchell.
Okay. Yeah, and just to recap where we're at now, gentlemen. Again, Savage, you have LeBron, Steph, Giannis, Zion, Tatum. Tuke, you got Durant, Joker, Luka, Irving, and Spider. Now, before we move into the next part of this, I will ask, and I'm not gonna go back on my word, but you picked first, Savage. Do you, Tuke, want to take the first pick, or would you like to defer to Savage?
I would defer to Savage, please.
He went on back-to-back picks.
Exactly. But then it's back-to-back for you after that. So
yeah, I got you. Okay.
So first pick off the bench, who you got?
Okay. Man, I got a whole big board right now. Sheesh. Let me actually cross some people out. Give me Joel. I'll take Joel Embiid. Give me Joel. Because he should be starting, but it's all good.
He should. I was waiting for that to happen. Tuke, you have 2 picks at this time.
All right, he got Joel. Hell of a pick. Good pick. Give me Jaylen Brown.
Okay.
Because I gotta get a little height now. You know what I'm saying? Some defense going.
Yeah, you get that Lakers lineup, man. You get that 3-guard lineup, man.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Give me. I'd be selfish not to pick John Morant, right? Yeah, give me John, man. I can't not pick John. You know what I'm saying?
I can respect that. Okay, so I picked Tatum last round. Not Tatum, Embiid.
Yeah, Joel Embiid.
Man, give me Laurie for marketing, man. I value
Laurie, my guy.
Give me Laurie for marketing because he gonna make it. He better make it. It's in Salt Lake City. He better make it.
There's no way. It's absolutely no way. And who else do you have as well, sir?
So I got Laurie for marketing. Give me SGA. Give me SGA.
Mr. 30 points.
30 points a game. Somebody, I saw a poll somewhere that said that they think Shea is better than Ja. I don't know about that. But But I mean, he hoping this year, so we'll see if they make it to the play-in. But I don't know about that.
Yeah. And Tuke, you got 2.
All right, give me.
And you just got Brown and Morant, by the way.
Yep. Brown and Morant, and add Domantas Sabonis to that list, please.
Mr. Okay. Double-double.
Mr. Double-double, man. And
damn near triple-double.
Damn near, huh?
Damn near.
Like I'm missing somebody, man.
You want me to go through your lineup?
No, I got it. You know, because I need some size. I'm not even sure if he's gonna be an all-star. But I'm hoping he is, because he's done what I asked him for, which is give me 20 points. That's give me Bam Adebayo.
He needs to be. He needs to be in Salt Lake.
Okay. So right now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to 12, correct?
Right, 12. So right now you have 8 with Joel, Lori, and SGA.
Okay. All right. So I got a back-to-back pick here. Bam is gone. Damn. And it's like I see players that I can't not say they're not gonna be an all-star. So I'm gonna go with, give me Ant-Man. I think Ant-Man will be an all-star this year.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, he's been hooping these last.
He been hooping since
he making a case now.
Give me Ant-Man as one of them, and then it's somebody said he wasn't gonna be an all-star this year. I was kind of like, I don't know. But he definitely playing well. Timberwolves as a team is not playing well, but you know. And then I'm trying to see which one do I want to take, because I feel like I know they're gonna be an all-star. Give me Brunson, Jalen Brunson.
I knew where you was at.
Interesting.
I think he's gonna be an all-star. I don't know if they're gonna pick Brunson or Randall, but one of them have to be an all-star.
No, they're
playing very well.
Oh.
And you can argue both of them. You really can argue both of them.
For one, you actually just made my next. What, I got 2 choices, right?
Yes, yeah. I knew you would.
Oh, give me Julius Randle.
Yeah.
But the next pick is out. I can't believe it, bro. Did you say your boy Tyrese?
I didn't. Not yet.
No, Halliburton.
Halliburton? Oh, okay.
No, not yet. He on my team now. Unbelievable again. You think Jalen Brunson over Desmond? I'm like, you what?
Well, this is the thing. Halliburton has been hurt, so I don't know if they're gonna hurt his all-star credibility, quote unquote. Had he not been hurt, I'd be like, yeah, he gonna do it. But I don't know how they're gonna vote. So I'm trying to figure out who they gonna select as an all-star. But I should have picked them earlier. I agree with that.
Yeah.
But
and there's no way that the person that's leading the league in any category is not, you know what I mean? If you're leading in points, you should be an all-star. If you're leading in rebounds, you should be an all-star. If you're leading in assists, you should be an all-star. Point blank to me.
You had Halliburton and who else?
Julius Randle.
Okay. Speaking of leaders, give me Jaren Jackson Jr. because I feel like the Grizzlies have to have 2. They have to. And I don't know any other like big man that's defines a big man aside from Sabonis, Joker, who else is out west? Zion's a big man, I guess, but like Jaren has to be an all-star based on the fact that he been blocking shots like he is offended by people coming to the bat. So I'll take Jaren. So I'm at 11 now, right?
Yes.
Okay. And damn, it's players that we ain't even mentioned. Man, I got 2 options.
Yeah, and be careful because we're going 12-man roster. So this is your last pick, and then Tuke, this will be your last pick.
Damn. So I got 2 options, and I feel like I really got 3 options that I got to pick from.
And as you're trying to decide, let me go through your lineup again.
Yeah.
So as your starters, you have LeBron, Steph, Greek Freak, Zion, and Tatum for your starters. Off the bench, you have Joel Embiid, Lori for marketing, SGA, Ant-Man. I was about to call Rick Brunson, but Jalen Brunson and Triple J.
Damn, it's 3 players that I know that at least 2 of them gonna be all-stars. Man, okay, give me like 2 more seconds to look up this player stats.
Okay, and as you're doing that, I'll also release Tuke's players as well.
Okay,
his starters are Kevin Durant, Joker, Luka, Irving, Spider. A lot of offense there. And then off the bench, Brown, Morant, a lot of more offense coming off the bench. Okay. Sabonis, Bam, Julius Randle, and Tyrese Halliburton.
Okay, I'm ready to pick.
And your final pick is?
My final pick is, I'm going to say James Harden. I'm going to say James Harden because he's 22, I think 22 and 11 and 6. And the Sixers are playing good basketball right now, large part because James Harden is healthy and Joel Embiid is with him as well. We've kind of forgotten about Maxey. Maxey came back, but he's not quite who he was at the beginning of the season. But James Harden is definitely picking up the slack. So I got to get. I'm rolling with James Harden.
We know why. It's the coaching. It's coaching.
You know, Savage got a good lineup, bro. I can't lie. And I honestly could have picked Bam over Triple J over Bam. I should have decided on, but it's cool. You know, that was great. But I think my offense can hold its own. Like I said, it's an all-star game, and I think it'll be with our rosters, it'll be a close game. And you got to get the most clutch player in the NBA.
Video game, Dame. I'm not mad at that.
Averaging 30 points a game, you know what I'm saying? And if Zion could get in with 29 points, Dame played 37 games.
Yeah,
we can get in, and it's gonna be Dame time when it's Dame time. So I think my team will win, ladies and gentlemen. But it is what it is.
What year was that? It was him and Steph just pulling half-court threes. That was 2 years ago, I believe. I was like, man. So yeah, so we left off Darius Garland. We can go into who was left off. Yeah. Darius Garland was left off. Jared Allen was left off. Jimmy Butler left off.
Trae
Young. I was not picking Trae Young. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't either.
I was not picking Trae Young. Like Trae Young averaging 27 a game, but it's like empty calories for me, man. Like that's cool. Anybody can get bucks on the trash team. I said that for like years. So I'm just like, nah, I'm out on that. I put in my big board, I put Kyle Kuzma. I wasn't gonna pick him, but I was like, let me get a feel for him, and I compare him to other players. I was like, nah, but he is hooping. He might get his bag at some point.
Ain't no matter about it. He did.
He get his bag. So we left off De'Aaron Fox, man.
De'Aaron Fox, yep.
Left off De'Aaron. You left. No one from the Clippers was selected.
That was my other player. So I was torn between Harden, Garland, and Paul George. I was gonna pick Kawhi. Kawhi ain't played enough games for me. But Paul George is playing well. The Clippers is just kind of like just cruising right now. They just kind of under the radar, just chilling, not really making that much. No, I haven't watched the Clippers games aside from Kawhi. I think it was the first or the second game back when he had like 30-something points. But he could have been picked up. Let's see. What you think about Poole or Klay Thompson making it?
Nah.
Both of them?
No.
So no for sure for Poole, but not even Klay?
Nah. Klay is doing this thing for sure, but compared to the players that we picked, can I say that Klay Thompson is having a better season than Tyrese Halliburton? No. Dame Lillard? No. Ja Morant? Hell no. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of the same thing for Poole. Y'all know I ain't keep the pool closed in my opinion, but that's just but nah, for both of them, nah. Just Steph Curry, you know what I'm saying? Nah. Andrew Wiggins, if he would have played enough games, of course he played too many games this season.
Another player.
No. I put Wiggins over both of them, to believe it or not.
Yes,
okay.
It should be.
Okay.
Now I will say a player that I don't think will be talked about enough. I don't even think he might not make the All-Star game, which is very unfortunate. Small market team. But man, Spicy P, the man is averaging.
Hey, trade him. Somebody go to Dallas. Go
anywhere,
to
man.
Brooklyn. Like whoever wanted him, trade him, please.
25, 8, and 6.
It was between him and Dame for me, Sheedy. Believe it or not, but
I believe you, man.
I got it all right here. Like, him and Dame, I'm like, I gotta pick now. Ain't no way 30 points a game, 25.
I understand that.
Spicy P. Hey.
He don't get enough credit, man.
I'm trying to see anybody else. I mean, depending on if the Magic pick it up, I mean, Franz could be damn near, you know.
Yeah, right.
The Bulls. I mean, I wasn't picking DeRozan and Levine. I just wasn't. Nobody else that I can see from the East. Look at the West teams really quick. Nah, nobody else just really stands out right now.
No, the only person.
Devin Booker.
Booker, yeah, I was about to say,
too many games missed.
Yeah,
too many games missed. Yeah. Of course, if he healthy, of course he'd be starter damn near. Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking at the standings right now. Did I miss something in terms of like the Timberwolves are 6?
No, they won 3 straight. They're 7-3 in the last 10. No, they've been balling. Ant's been balling. Yes. So when you said the Timberwolves, I was like, I don't think he's watched. I
ain't watched them in a minute. I'm tripping.
So their last. So I'll just go through since they beat Phoenix, beat Cleveland, lost to Utah and Denver.
I'm like, damn, when did this happen?
Beat the Raptors,
I have not watched them.
Rockets, lost to the Rockets, beat New Orleans at New Orleans, beat Memphis, and beat Sacramento. So
They
even
did
in that
beat Memphis. Damn, that's right. Yeah.
Even in that stretch, they've beaten teams that are high caliber teams.
So basically, Trey Carr, Anthony Towns, like we said on first episode, right?
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Trey Cat. Shoot.
Look, y'all ain't getting no word from me at this point. Y'all got it. Y'all got it. It's working. You know what I'm saying?
Look, man,
was going ham the last couple of weeks.
Listen, get them first round picks back. Yes. Man, look, hey, I ain't mad at it.
Come on, man.
Looking at the West, I'm gonna go through the standings real quick and we can wrap it up here. So 1 through 10, you got Nuggets at 1, of course, Tuke's Grizzlies at 2. Again, list the starting 5 tomorrow. I can't wait to hear. I cannot wait to hear.
I can't wait to hear.
Why you being so petty, bro?
I can't wait to hear that.
I can't wait to hear. Yeah. And I'll be on it. I can't wait to hear it.
Kings at 3. Kings are 27 and 21. The drought is over, Kings fans. The drought is over. Y'all gonna make it. I ain't seen y'all in the playoffs since freaking Peja Stojakovic, and if y'all don't know, Peja's son is playing college basketball right now.
All-American. Get his name.
Andre Stojakovic.
Andre Stojakovic. Get his name.
16 like his daddy, and he's shooting that mud like his daddy.
Do y'all remember the Peja heads when there used to be a Peja head like moving in the crowd? Yes.
So yeah, Kings at 3.
Beam them up.
Clippers are at 4 again. Quietly, they won 5 in a row. Pelicans are falling. They lost 7 in a row. Timberwolves, who I need to watch this week, and I definitely will, are number 6. In the play-in, we got the Warriors and Mavericks, who I think will be a great play-in game. And then Suns and Jazz. The Jazz are kind of trying to figure out what the heck they want to do. But the Thunder are a half game out. And I think they getting in. I don't know if it's the Jazz or the Suns, but the Thunder been playing good basketball. 7 of the last 3 they've won. 7 of the last 10
not yet, Savage. Not yet.
Not yet? You sure?
Look,
man.
Look. I've watched the Thunder. Trust me.
Okay.
Not yet.
So Tuke, earlier we talked about the Lakers, right? Do you think the Lakers are in a play-in scenario? And if so, who is not in now?
Because right now the play-in is Warriors, Mavericks, Suns, and Jazz.
Yeah. And don't forget about your Blazers.
Who's not? Blazers are done. I think they're done. Blazers are done, man. I think they're done.
They maybe look good for a minute, but I don't know. Let me look up this real quick.
Nah, Blazers done, man.
I do think the Lakers will be at least in the play-in. And Luka's injury.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
And Christian Wood is hurt too, I believe.
Christian Wood is hurt as well. And so it's like the Mavericks, who already struggle with inconsistency, is having to go through this.
And they're talking about trading players too. I saw what's the shooter's name that can't shoot? Bullock. He's talking about getting traded. Hardaway getting traded. Yeah.
Hardaway need to go to the Knicks. He loves the MSG.
And it's still like, even though the Suns, they still coming back healthy, they still question marks. You know what I'm saying? Because like I told y'all, they won't.
If I'm the Suns, man, I would tank. I think I would sit Booker for the rest of the year. Trade Aiden at some point. Let CP3 walk. See if I can get a good draft pick. If I can sneak into that top 3 where I can give, well, you ain't getting Victor, but like Scoot or Amen Thompson or his brother Asura Thompson, I'm like, look,
yeah,
we can get a nice piece with Booker, but they adamant about winning. So, but yeah, who you think getting out to? If Lakers getting in, right now it's Warriors, Mavs, Suns, and Jazz.
It really depends on how long Luka out, but I'm gonna go with the Suns. I think that. Okay. Let me see. Because I hate for the Jazz to start sliding again and pick it up right back, because that's just how basketball is. But at the same time, the Jazz don't have the star power. Even though Laurie for marketing will be an all-star, later down the line it may hit. So it's kind of tough. But
they might trade Mike.
They're gonna be trading. Yeah, they're gonna.
They might trade Mike Conley.
Ain't no way in hell Luka's not gonna be in the playoffs. So I'm not gonna say Dallas is between Phoenix and Utah.
It's tough, man.
I'm gonna have to go Phoenix. Sunset.
Okay.
And that's just if the Lakers are in the playoffs, or play-ins at least. Yeah, but it's time for the Sunset, bro.
Okay. Out East is 1 to 10. Boston got a stranglehold on number 1 because they're going like a 5-game losing streak and still be in first place. Boston, Philly's coming up on the 7-game win streak. Milwaukee, Brooklyn, Cleveland, Miami, top 6. Play-in are the Knicks and Hawks. I would love to see that matchup again. Pacers and our Washington Wizards. Outside, Chicago, the Raptors, and then of course everybody else at the bottom of it: Magic, Hornets, and the Pistons. I don't think I see too much movement. I don't think the play-in even matters in the East because all them teams trash. Trash or young, so I don't think it matters. I think it's just top 6. But real quick, Shitty, your Heat are winning some games like we all expect them to do. So how they looking?
Well, I think the motivation that Joel received to not be a starter, I think Bam is receiving that same or similar motivation that he's not even named, right? He's not on a list of people that are in the All-Star game right now. I mean, he deserves to be there without a doubt. We're a 6 seed now, and I believe right now, if we were to start the playoffs right now, I wholeheartedly believe we beat the Bucks in 6. I'm not going to say it lie to you.
You know what though? Because the Heat were the only team in the bubble that knew how to play Milwaukee. They blitzed the hell out of Giannis. They sent 2 at him, sent 3 at him, get the ball out of his hands. If Milton beat us, hey, Milton, just like with the finals of the year, Milton killing. Well, that's it. we can't win. Drew Holiday killing. Well, can't win. But yeah, I can see that.
Now my 2 concerns are, we still have this trade talk about Kyle Lowry, where he'll go, which, we'll talk about that on our next pod that we do. But, Kyle Lowry, there's someone in LA that wants Kyle Lowry, and he's not wearing purple and gold. And we have got to, and I keep saying this wholeheartedly, I am so sick and tired of seeing Caleb Martin in any starting role anywhere. Get him out of there, trade him to Phoenix, get Jay Crowder, and then you're talking about a top 4 team at that point, for sure. But, I don't know what we'll get back for, per se, for – I'll take John Wall, by the way, from the Clippers. Since y'all want Kyle Lowry, y'all can have his ass. And then I just don't understand what is Pat Riley's fascination with Caleb Martin. I really don't get it because they're saying, like, he's not tradable. And I don't get that.
Trade him, man. What you mean? Untouchable.
I think what they see him is what the Warriors see in Jordan Poole.
But Jordan Poole got a contract. Caleb Martin ain't playing for number pennies and peanuts.
For now. Jordan Poole didn't have a contract at one point, and now he getting Steph Curry money down there.
Jordan Poole can buy his own pool party.
Pool party.
Caleb Martin is just buying you some water right now. That's what his contract is doing. Buying the free water. And I really don't like. I get our culture. I get that's what we do. But please, for God's sake, get rid of him. It's not working. He doesn't even play that many minutes. He starts and then he's done after like maybe 20 minutes. He might get maybe 22 minutes. But I would love to see the boss man return to the lineup.
I think that's gonna be the one trade. He gonna get traded somewhere. He has to because the Suns got to get value from him. If that's Miami, Grizzlies, Milwaukee. That's gonna be the trade that will happen. It should happen. So hopefully it is to Miami because I need y'all to have one more shooter and a defender with some playoff pedigree.
Yes.
So, all right, gentlemen. Any other things we got before we get out of here?
Nah, we good, man.
I think we good. We good. All right, then. So yeah, starting 5 is tomorrow. So I'm excited to hear y'all's thoughts about that. Let's be real, of course. It's on Saturdays, roughly about 10 o'clock, but that's also in your podcast feed. So make sure y'all tune in to the LBR Familia going forward. So we'll be back next week. Stay safe.
Whoa, before we end. What
we got?
The Philadelphia Eagles are playing. What's going on there, Savage?
We ain't started yet. I don't think the game started yet. We were actually right on time. You trying to hold me up from watching my Eagles.
I'm just asking what's going to happen. That's all.
31-17. This ain't a football podcast.
But Niners or Eagles?
The Eagles. What you mean?
I had them by at least 17.
Let's go, Christian McCaffrey. Let's go, McCaffrey.
I got Eagles by 17.
Let's go, Mr. Irrelevant.
Thank you, Shitty. I told you to go on.
Debo.
I told you on Let's Be Real.
Debo coming.
Don't.
Debo coming.
Okay. We'll take care of Debo.
There's so much on defense.
We'll take care of Debo like we did in Friday and next Friday. And you saw he wasn't there Friday after next. So we took care of
What's
Debo.
up, Craig?
We taking care of business, y'all. Let me go watch my Eagles. Stay safe. Be blessed. Peace.